Hello everyone, Shinto here playing some more Warhammer combat cards. In this one I'm going to be showcasing the new Warlord, Mortarion, who has finally entered the game. Before we get into that though, we got some goods to unlock. First of all, I've got a code. If you enter 14th, you'll get some coins and plasma, a bunch of Nurgle cards. You also, I think, get some cosmetics. Yes, these are really nice cosmetics, and I actually did not have this set, so I'm very happy to get that. In fact, I'm going to equip it right now, even though I do like my current cosmetic setup there at the top. Okay, there we go. Now everything is all Nurgle-fied. So, yeah, as you can see, the UI has changed. We got some beautiful Nurgle background, like this toxic miasma floating around and little flies buzzing. Really like that. We got the new Nurgle skull packs as well that you can get, so those just take 3 hours to unlock, and you'll get a handful of Nurgle cards in there as well. There's the new card back that I just unlocked. This is actually one of the better Nurgle bodyguards. Sadly, Nurgle cards are not that amazing. The campaign where you can play as Mortarion, keyword is Nurgle. You have 400 points to work with. Sadly, most of these cards I would not even consider using in a 400 point deck. They're just really not that good, even though in this campaign, if we go over there actually, the Nurgle cards are getting an additional buff, a keyword bonus of 15% to all of their attack and health stats, which I don't think they've done before. It's really necessary because Nurgle cards are just that bad. But yeah, the only really excellent Nurgle card is Rodigus, which I sadly do not have in my collection. But yeah, that Poison Blast, just the damage output on this card, the amount of health, really amazing card. There's the mini version of him, which is this guy, who at max level does essentially the same thing, poisoning everything on the field with that Psionic Blast. But this guy, he just doesn't have enough health. He doesn't deal nearly as much damage as Rodigus, so it's not as good. We do have a number of new Nurgle cards coming, Death Guard specifically, in the near future, but they're not available yet. We got something like these Blightlord Terminators, which have some really cool models. This guy looks like the best of the bunch. He's got Medicae and then Fear as a secondary, 2 attack types. That looks like a solid card. Now, let's take a look, though, at the big guy himself, Mortarion, who we are going to be playing here as max level. Now, with the 15% buff, he's going to be pretty crazy, as you can see. 100-point card, all 3 attack types. He's got Fear and Regeneration for his traits. Now, his special rule, I actually misread it the first time. I thought that the thing triggered every single turn, but it only triggers on your turn. So each enemy card at the end of your turns will take 20 damage, and that goes through shields and stuff. It's increased to 40 damage when Mortarion himself is on the field, which makes for an interesting concept of another turn 1 Warlord deployment for Mortarion. I think that is actually the funnest way to deploy him. It's also risky, and I would not recommend it, really, but yeah, if you can just play him on the first turn, you're just dealing 40 damage right from the get-go. Promise keeping him alive. Now, the second part of the special rule is actually very difficult to trigger, because you have to kill the enemy card with the toxic blast from this special rule. That has to be the thing that does the killing blow, and yeah, it's easier said than done. The one situation in which I think it would trigger the most is when you're playing against Captain Acheron, who will be saving his cards with the Iron Halo, and then the Host of Plagues, that will finish him off, and then you'll be able to heal for a ton of health. So that would actually be a really fun matchup. But against any other Warlord, and especially against decks that only have a couple bodyguards, it's going to be pretty rare to see it actually happen, unless you're just lucky. So, of course, yeah, I've been playing him in the campaign, but I have not really seen the healing effect trigger very often, which is unfortunate. But very cool looking Warlord. I do wish the model was a bit more clear. It looks kind of blurry. I guess the image is just not the highest resolution that they're using. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to play 2 matches here in the campaign. So this is what I have been running just all Nurgle bodyguards. It's sort of the best thing that I can muster, but it's not really doing that great. I just barely scraped by victory at level 11. So I am going to actually modify this a little bit because I think I've gotten enough points for the mission reward. So I'm going to take out some of these cards and put something better in. I think one card that will work very nicely with Mortarion is the Keeper of Secrets. So I think maybe Fabius Bile, we could put him in as well. I'll take out Typhus, we'll put this guy in, and there you go. That's about almost 400 points. I think I will actually just start off with the turn 1 Mortarion. This is my concept here. So we got 3 heavy hitters. The Keeper of Secrets and Celeste have all 3 attack types, so those will work well with Mortarion. Throwing in Kairos Fate Weaver as well. And then Fabius Bile for the healing. Obviously you want to put him down first, so Mortarion immediately gets some healing. But hopefully, if we're dealing 40 damage at the end of every turn, we can manage to kill some stuff and get, some extra healing. So let's go ahead and deploy here at level 12 in the campaign. And see how Mortarion does when he deploys on the first turn. We're up against Necrons. We also have Warp Sickness, which is actually reducing the health of all the cards on the field for this campaign. And there's the other one that increases the psychic attack at the beginning of each turn. So having psychers is a good idea. We're up against Nemazor Zandra, kind of an annoying warlord to face. So put down Fabius Bile first. And then I'm thinking Celeste, maybe? Although the Keeper of Secrets might be a good one. I think we want the Inspiring Presence. This is the only Inspiring Presence in the deck. And wow, actually, with the Warp Sickness, they don't have too much life. It's just going to get kind of noisy, so I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. Because when you deploy the Warlord, that happens. Okay, so Mortarion, looking pretty crazy after the buffs. Yeah, that's a lot of attack. Now, Celeste, unfortunately, is across from some shields. There's a healing from Fabius Bile. They got a bunch of healing. They got a Monolith out. So, yeah, it's going to be kind of painful. We will not even come close to killing anything on this first turn. So we're just going to go Psychic here. Charge up a bit of an attack. Of course, we'll be able to counterattack whatever they go for on their turn. Boom! There is the big 40 damage at the end of the turn. So that's pretty cool. It's a nice looking animation as well. Lots of damage coming from these Necrons, though. So it's kind of scary. Mortarion heals 20 at the end of each turn. Now, this is the tricky part. So you want to make sure that you deal just enough damage so that you can finish him off with the Host of Plagues at the end of the turn. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but yeah, the Host of Plagues actually, it triggers after poison damage as well, which we don't actually have any of in this deck. Looks like, though, if we go for a melee attack, we will be able to kill this guy, the Deceiver, with the Plagues. Unfortunately, we're also going to be taking 140 damage, or I guess 108. Let's slow it down here just so we can see the animation. Boom! There it goes, and 56 healing. So, Fabius Bile was dead, so he didn't heal, obviously. Yeah, that was not that great. Mortarion still has a ton of health. He also has Fear. Like, Fear is really nice in combination with the healing because, yeah, I mean, it's just going to take forever to kill them. But yeah, the things without Fear, like Celeste, is going down very quickly there. And we just lost Inspiring Presence. Keeper Seeker is also taking lots of damage there. And we only have one more bodyguard, and then it's just Mortarion by himself, so not too optimistic here. They have 3 more bodyguards, not including Zandrek's personal guard. We have a huge psychic attack charged up, so we can just wipe everything out here. Of course, we won't be getting any healing then. It's kind of a tricky, a finicky special rule. Okay. So we'll see if our bodyguards can actually survive this next round. They're deploying lots of Lords of War. So And yeah, Necrons, of course, have tons of healing. Okay. Obviously, we didn't see the special rule, the Host of Plagues trigger on the previous turn because we just killed everything. Now, in this case, yeah, once again, I don't think we're actually going to... Oh, we might kill. Nope, actually, everything just still deals too much damage. So, yeah, we are not, in fact, going to actually kill anything with the Host of Plagues, sadly. We will take out 2 of their bodyguards. And I really hope they actually move this guy over because... yeah, no, that's not happening. Okay. Well, we're getting outflanked, and then Mortarion still has over 700 health. But yeah, now we got an open lane there. That Lord of War can just start pounding away at him, so that's not going to be so good. We might be able to get some healing off of this guy. So one thing I've noticed, since the plagues damage goes through the shields, you can in some cases, like finish off a shield card. Like, it still has shields, but you've hit it with, like, poison or something, then, I don't know, potentially you could maybe take it down. I don't know if that's going to happen here, because there's a damage reduction from the taunt as well, so we might be able to finish that guy off with the plagues, and then get some healing. We'll see if it actually works out there. Oh, yeah, nice. Okay, so we'll see it happen. There's the regeneration healing. Boom, he goes down, and we get 38 healing. Not too bad. So yeah, it looks like we will be able to win this game. Mortarion he like never went under 400 health. So yeah, this is definitely the funnest way to play him, I gotta say. He's a beast. He does a lot of damage. Remember though, he is getting an extra 15% buff to his stats in this campaign. He's not going to be quite that strong. Well, certainly not nowhere close to that strong in any other mode, really, that he's not at max level. Because he starts off, well, we can take a look, actually. The Warlord at level 1, those are his stats, yeah. Nowhere near enough health to be deploying him on turn 1 and expect him to survive. We'll play one more match with this deck with more Nurgle bodyguards. We do have the Keeper in there, though, and Fabius Bile, because those are just really good cards. The Keeper Seekers, it's nice having 3 attack types, because then you can sort of choose. You have more options, and then you have a better chance of maybe not killing something with the regular attack, but definitely a little more difficult to use than I thought it would be. We'll try deploying this guy at first. Maybe we'll just start off with a little bit of melee. And hopefully, well, we should put some healing down, I think. We'll put this guy down. Remember, though, we're only going to be dealing 20 damage at the end of our turn from the special rule. We do have the initiative, so we get the first turn. It's definitely better having the initiative, so you can immediately just start benefiting from the damage. But, yep, we will be able to poison this thing, so at least it won't be regenerating. That thing coming out in turn 1, man, that's going to be rough. The thing has so much health. 20 healing, 25 damage from the poison, 20 damage from the Host of Plagues. So if you do have, like, Poison Blast, you could be dealing 45 damage at the end of your turn, 25 damage from the poison. Big Game Hunter across from the Keeper Seekers. That is not great. We can at least debuff their ranged, which I think we want to do here. We'll see if they keep going ranged. But I think, yeah, what's going to happen... Well, actually, that's right, the Void Dragon regenerates. So we might be able to finish it off. Maybe with our next attack here. But we'll have to do just a little bit of damage, which actually doesn't look like that's going to happen. Unless we deploy, like... yeah, no, even... I guess Fabius Bile, yeah. I guess we'll try this. This is just a really inefficient way of doing things, though. Like, I'm going to attack them with a ranged attack when I could be going melee. normally you would not pick ranged in this situation, right? Because they have huge ranged units. You're taking a lot of damage in return. But in order to get the healing from this, you have to go ranged. So we're going to go ranged. We're going to take 134 damage in return from the Void Dragon. But then we'll heal at the end of the turn. We'll slow it down here. So there's the regeneration. It goes off first. Then the poison. Then the... oh. I miscalculated that. That was a huge mistake. Whoops. I totally forgot that the Void Dragon just regenerates. So, yeah. Wow. Okay. We can try that again. But, yeah, no, I don't think that's... Yeah, that's just not going to happen. Guess we'll deploy this guy. And we'll just try to, finish him off. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing here? Alright, we're going ranged again, for some reason. And, yeah, it probably would have been better to deploy the Poison Blast guy. Another big game hunter across from the Keeper's Secret, so yeah, that thing is going down. We just lost our big game hunter. This is really going poorly. I'm making mistakes left and right here. We don't really want to... Yeah, and now just the attack types are just not matching up. We got, psychic, ranged, and melee bodyguards to choose from. We do have a big melee attack charged up. I'm just going to try to poison their regenerators, because this is ridiculous. You know what? I'm just going to deploy Mortarion. I don't care. It's probably not going to work out, but we'll see what we can do. We definitely do not want Mortarion getting shot by a big game hunter. That would not be good. Quite a bit of damage here. Oh. I think we will actually kill something here. Yes. So the 40 damage, yeah, will be enough, definitely. 100 healing. That was over 300 total healing from that kill. So when it goes off, it can be huge, as you can see. And meanwhile, they're just healing 40 every time they're ready. This guy is a newer legendary. He's also the mission reward here. Got quite a bit of health on the guy, but only one attack type is it's not really ideal. We'll see if we can get some more healing off of if we can just keep killing these bodyguards. Which I think we might actually be able to do. Well, maybe not. Never mind. Spoke too soon. Might be able to if they move that guy over. Nope, that's not happening either. Okay. More regeneration. This regeneration is really throwing me off because it's like, okay, yeah, no, we definitely just want to go with the melee. Looks like we will be able to kill Oricon, or yeah, the Diviner with the Plague though. So here it comes. Kaboom! How much are we healing here? 49. Okay, I mean, I'll take it. Yeah, definitely deploying a Mortarion a little bit earlier here was the way to go. It just made life a lot easier. He's doing a lot more than any other of the bodyguards I've done. And also, yeah, just the extra healing is keeping these bodyguards alive. So yeah, that worked out pretty nicely, gotta say. Yeah, when it works out, it is quite fun. I do enjoy this Warlord. I like the, the damage output. And then the healing, I mean, yeah. As you can see, it is tricky to use, but it can potentially be quite impactful if you can get it to work. So let me know what you think of Mortarion, how it's going for you in this campaign, what sort of setup you're using. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.